Howdy, hotshots. Beaming to you from Not a Financial Advisor land with not financial advice. It's Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery, and it's time for a model video. Okay, guys, so grab your dish soap because this drop is going to be bubbly. We want to talk about the drop tomorrow, what we can look forward to, and what we're going to get. Okay, so first things first, I'm CoinGecko here. I want to look at the Ecomi price. It's 0.0032. That is almost double the bottom that we saw here in the last week with the Bitcoin correction, the Ethereum correction. Pretty much everything just tanked. You got Elon Musk saying that Bitcoin uses too much electricity mining. I'm sure that he sold at the top before he said that nonsense and then bought the dip. Okay, but we know that OMI is very environmentally conscious. They've already said that they were net carbon neutral, I believe. They were already doing business on GoChain, which is very efficient and very carbon economical. But now it seems like they're moving to Ethereum and staying on the immutable layer 2 solution, which is still zero gas fees. So that makes it very efficient as well. I need to learn more about immutable. I want to talk to you guys about it intelligently. I don't know that much about it. I've heard of it before, but that's where it ends for me. Immediately when Veve said that they were going to move to it, I started looking for whether you could buy a token or not. I couldn't see whether you could really buy a token. I just saw that they were supporting other games and I had other stuff to do. So I bounced and I didn't figure that out. So I got to do some more research, figure out what this means for us. Now that they said Veve is going over to immutable. I don't know what that means for Ecomi. I don't know if Ecomi is going to stay on the cryptocurrency Ecomi, not the overall parent company Ecomi. I don't know if they're going to stay on the GoChain or not, because just because Veve moves over there to mint their NFTs and so that the NFTs can move across platforms doesn't necessarily mean that they're moving the cryptocurrency Ecomi. OMI is our homie over to Ethereum as well. Maybe they're going to leave it there on GoChain, which is fine with me. GoChain is, I can't quite tell if OMI is integral to Veve's business model, if you absolutely have to have OMI in order to, and OMI and gems are interchangeable and will be again in the future. But I don't think that you absolutely have to have OMI on the same blockchain as Veve is minting the collectibles, because it's a totally different process. OMI is all just a coin that is tied to the sales of the NFTs. It's tied to the purchase of the NFTs. But it's not necessarily tied to the minting of the NFTs. And so it could quite possibly be that OMI stays on GoChain and Veve moves over to Ethereum. So we'll just have to check that out. You can see that the top was about 0.00384 in the last 24 hours. Let's see, where is the float? Okay, here we go. So the circulating supply has gone up since we looked at it last time. It was about 188 billion and change, so it's gone up another billion. That's probably because of the drop. People bought gems, moved the OMI into the vault, and then weren't able to spend it. Okay, so now that extra billion OMI is in circulation. There's something else interesting on here that I wanted to note, and that is that this is the first time that I've seen BitMax or Ascendex overshadow Bit4X as the number one volume platform for OMI trades. Now, it may have happened before. I'm sure I didn't check it every day, so it may have happened sometime in the last few days. But there used to be a pretty significant difference there. I did see that some of the whale wallets had sent a lot of OMI to BitMax, and maybe that's what's being traded, and that might be what kept our price going down as far as it did as well. If that's the case, hopefully we got rid of one of them. But I also saw an infographic that said that BitMax was going to have perpetual contracts on OMI. And so people may be trading futures on OMI there on BitMax and Ascendex as well. So that could, I don't know what that does to volume. I can't imagine there's that many people doing it. And I don't even think that those are like options contracts. So I don't even think that would increase the 24-hour volume. I don't think that would show up here because it's a derivative. So I don't think that has anything to do with it, but it could possibly get people moving their OMI over to Ascendex in order to trade there because they also want to trade the futures on it. So that could be. We are almost at 5 billion burned, guys. So the reserve wallet, you could see, is significantly down. Vault wallet stays pretty close to the same, but the burn wallet has almost 5 billion burn. It'll be there pretty soon because they're burning at least a couple million a day, and that's on non-drop days. So on a drop day, and especially at this price, I kind of really wish that the price was still at that 0.0018 that I saw it at. I wish it stayed that way through the weekend because you'd get the drop burn in there, you'd get all of the flippers turning them over in the market, you'd get those in there too. So that'd be pretty cool because we would have been able to get a gigantic burn out of the deal. But we are still long term, right? We're hodling. Gag and me, we hodl. It doesn't matter if it goes down to 0.001. That's actually what I want. You can look back through my videos and see that even though I never thought that it was going to go back down below a penny, everybody wanted it to go to 5 or 10 cents, and that was the opposite of what I wanted. I wanted it to go down because I want those gigantic burns, because long term I feel like that's going to add value. So as long as the project survives and as long as it gains popularity, a low price is better for hodlers, okay? And I want to stake my OMI too. I don't want to be trading it back and forth because I'm afraid I'll lose it. I'm afraid it'll run away from me on price. So I want to stake it so that I can get those golden gems and get some secret rare collectibles. That's what I want to do with my OMI. To me, it's possible that those will act like dividends to me, and that's what I want to do with my OMI. So I just want them to work on giving me a way to stake it, and they might now, because it seems to me, I told you guys in the videos that I had done before about the blockchain that Veve was on, that I thought that they possibly went to GoChain, knowing that the contract and tokenomics and everything would be convertible to Ethereum when Ethereum went to Ethereum 2.0 and it was actually reasonably priced with their gas fees. Well, they've done it even sooner than I thought they would because we're not on Ethereum 2.0. They just chose to use a layer 2 solution. So I always thought it was possible. I don't know that it was necessary, but I'm not a developer, so I don't know the kind of troubles they were running into. I didn't think it was necessary, but I always thought that they had chosen GoChain so that it was completely movable back to Ethereum. And it looks like I was right in that regard, but I don't know why they did it so soon. I don't know why they had to go to layer 2. I don't know why they didn't wait for Ethereum 2.0, because it seemed to me like GoChain was working, but maybe they want to scale to, maybe they were already having problems with it and they want to scale to a level that is beyond what they thought they could do with GoChain. Even though I thought when they just delivered the collectible a little while later, they weren't having that many transactions per second. But maybe GoChain network was already overloaded, and maybe Immutable is not, because Immutable I saw had something like 9,000 transactions per second, which I think was close to, don't quote me on it, I think it was close to 4 times what was available on GoChain, but I'll have to go back and check. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, we have a drop coming, guys. This is what today is about here. We've got, and I actually like the drop. I like the drop because the Batman Black and White series, I mean, it's cool and everything. Batman is obviously cool. I think Batman's cooler than CoverGirls, but the black and white situation, I prefer the color. I just don't, the black and white really just doesn't do it for me. I like some of the collectibles. I think they're neat. Last week's Ultra Rare, I got one of them. He's, Grandpa Batman. That's what I call him. But the black and white without the color, it just doesn't pop. I like the color. So today we get some color. We've got CoverGirls of the DC Universe dropping. DC CoverGirls is a long-running line inspired by the powerful women of the DC Universe that features dynamic depictions of the most famous superheroes and supervillains as premium statues. All based on art from the now famous DC Comics. The first series release will also see the first appearance ever of these iconic characters in premium digital format. So these are all going to be first appearances. This series is available globally. So you've got Batgirl, okay? And you see it's very colorful. And so that's what I'm saying. I actually like the color a lot more than I like the black and white series. Obviously, I would like to get Batman in full color Robin in full color, Penguin in full color. I want to get all of those collectibles in full color. So if you gave me a choice between getting a Batman or a Batgirl in full color, I'd take a Batman. But I actually like these full color collectibles. I think they're nice. Inspired by the powerful women of the DC universe, DC CoverGirls they're just reiterating what they already said. This dynamic version of Batgirl by Joelle Jones captures the energy and expression of this iconic heroine. Okay, so this is the common issuance, $39.99, 13,800 editions. I think the Batman Who Laughs is still available in the store. I can't buy one because it says I reached my max because I bought 2 of them. I like him. I think he's going to be worth something long term. He's very unique. Just as far as a comic book rendering a character, I like him better than the regular Batman. So, he's cool to me. So I got a couple of him. I thought everybody would pounce on him, but they didn't. Here we go. We have Catwoman, obviously iconic. I'm going to have to try to get a Catwoman to go with all my Batman. Inspired by they didn't do they didn't really do custom descriptions. Getting lazy, Veve. Getting lazy. Okay, Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman by Joelle Jones, lounges on a vault she's all ready to crack open with a few clicks of her claws. Okay, so we know she's a cat burglar. 10,800 editions. She is the uncommon issuance, $49.99. I don't actually think I'm going to get her. Batgirl, I might get Bat. I don't think I'm going to get either of those actually. But here's Mara. Mara by Joelle Jones is crafted in an elegant, commanding pose atop a flowing splash of water, which even in the choppiest of seas could not hope to compete with the waves of her trademark red locks. I never heard of this person before, Mara. I have never paid attention to her. She looks kind of like the Scarlet Witch to me, with the red hair and the tight suit, and then the face, whatever crown, whatever those are called, face crown. But she is the rare edition with 6,800 at $59.99. Probably try to get her. Rare obviously holds its value better. But Supergirl is the one that I'm going to try to get. I don't think she's the best looking one. Once again, it seems to me like they're taking the one that looks kind of the goofiest and making it the super rare, which might be their strategy going forward because it adds value to it from the rarity as opposed to the look of it, because it just looks kind of forced to me. You see, I don't know. She looks pretty cool with the waves and everything, although I don't know how having that little platform, if she's going to be removable for the platform or whatever for augmented reality, I don't know that I would always want that there. The safe, I guess that's kind of cool. You could probably have that in augmented reality. You could stick that just about anywhere. This right here, you're only going to want to stick it anywhere where there's any kind of liquid if you want to try to make it look like it's fitting into the background. So that's a little bit weird. This one here is actually the best looking one of the group to me. She looks like she's having fun. She looks like she fits in everywhere. I actually think that this Batgirl is the best looking one. And I also thought that last week they put the best looking one as the common issue. So that may be their strategy going forward. But in order to get a collectible that's highly desirable, they're going to have to put some of the good-looking ones as the super rares, because then the rarity and the appeal of the collectible itself will meet and cause it to be highly desirable. If they're just going to make all of their super rares the worst-looking ones, not that this is a bad-looking collectible, but it's not as bad as last week. Let me put it that way. Even though last week's was a very collectible when it came to the physical statues, because apparently it was like the anime version of Batman, but he just looked goofy to me. I bought him anyway because he's ultra rare, and I think that's what they're counting on, and that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to buy Supergirl if I can. She's ultra rare. She's going to hold her value better than the other ones, and I'm not even going to try for the common or uncommon. That's it. I'm just done with that right now until we grow the platform and those are selling out, or within a few days at least. This whole just sitting there on it for a week. I like that Batman Who Laughs, and so I would want one of them, but I actually bought 2 of them because I was going to try to sell one to pay for the other one, and it looks like possibly I made a mistake on that. Long term, I'm not going to get hurt on it, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't happen as quickly as I thought that it was going to, because as cool as he was, I thought he was going to sell out right away. So anyway, we've got Supergirl by Joelle Jones comes to DC Cover Girls in her iconic Supergirl being super outfit, ready to defend the world in style, now available as a digital collectible statue. $89.99. That's 3,800 editions. First appearance, ultra rare. And that's why we're all gonna buy her, because she's ultra rare. Batgirl, Catwoman, Mara, Supergirl, and all DC characters and elements. Okay, those are the licenses down there. So you can see we're gonna keep having a bunch of DC stuff coming and going. So leave down in the comments which ones you're going to get, if you're going to try to complete the whole set, if you're going to buy the common, if you agree with me that the common is the best looking one, and that the super rare is the worst looking one. Not bad looking, but worst looking one. And let me know if you think that you agree with the fact that that's going to be their strategy going forward. Okay, guys? So I'm trying to get to 8 million subscribers. We're almost there. If you could help by subbing, that'd be cool. So get to sub it.